Hi, and welcome to City Happenings. I'm Mayor David Black. Papillion continues to grow and offers much to its residents so they can live, work, and play. For more about Papillion, here's City Happenings.
Thanks, Mayor Black. The city's recreation department holds a 6-race road race series during the summer.
Some of the numbers: 8,000 race participants, volunteers and spectators for the race series. But it's not just the race series, it's also Sumter Amphitheater. For those free events, 10,000 participants through those events at Sumter. And then the farmers market has really ramped up the last couple of years, and we figure, or Lori figures, 5,000 people attended farmers market with 60 vendors, 3 free community events, and a weekly music in the park. That's 23,000 people coming to Papillion because of those fun events, and I put fun in quotes. That's got an economic impact.
Sumter hosts 37 free events. They include movies, several music events with acoustic and senior citizen genres.
First of all, are our gold sponsors. These have been like $2,500 and plus. We have 9 of them. I didn't look into the audience, see if they're all here, so I'll call some names. CHI Health Midlands Hospital. Come on up. Black Hills Energy. I think Tim was here. Gina V Physical Therapy. I saw Mark. Papillion Times, Sean Barenclaw. Dingman's Collision Center, Boyd's here. Walmart Papillion, Dewey Schrager. TD2, saw Doug. Sam's Club, Jeremy, and Coca-Cola, Richard. We've got 13 silver sponsors, the $1,000 and above. Essential Natural Family Health, Katie. Shimmer Associates, Steve I think was here. Hy-Vee, Dan I saw. Pinnacle Bank, I think Chris was here. Urgent Care Papillion, I'm doing these fast, aren't I? Denise. Edge Physical Therapy, I don't know if I saw Beth. Spin Pizza, Bryce. Payroll Max, Ken LaRose. Alley Pointer Mahosco Architects, Laura. Yep. Or Jay. That'd be a bald Laura. Tobacco Free Sarpy, Mackenzie was here. Lerner Company, I didn't see Jay. American National Bank, Liz. And Dunkin' Donuts, Jeff Albertson. And our bronze sponsors, 500 plus. What amazes me about this one is some of these are like small civic groups that probably are stretching for every penny they've got, and they're donating back to us to make some of this happen. Top of that list, Papillion Junior Women's Club. Silverstone, Dan Myers. Church of Jehovah's Witness, Joseph. Bolino Enterprises, I think I saw Vince come in. Makovic Physical Therapy. Performance Chiropractic, Steve. BIM Muscle and Joint Clinic, Adam. Anytime Fitness, Tabitha. And Trek Bike, Kent McNeil.
The city recognizes all of the sponsors who contributed more than $53,000 in donations, products, and in-kind services.
These people make our jobs so easy. They're so fun to work with all year long. And again, this $53,000 that was raised, that goes to providing free community events. This money doesn't go to the bottom of the general fund. This money all pays for our people in this area to have a good time, to be involved in healthy things, which meets our mission. And I want to thank you. Did we miss you guys? We missed Fairfield Inn. Oh, we can't miss Fairfield Inn right here. So I've got something for them.
Papillion.
Yes. For them. Yes.
The Papillion Area Lions Club provides vision and hearing screening for the local schools.
The major focus of Lions is vision, with a second focus being hearing internationally, and it's been that way ever since 1925. Lions are now 100 years old this year. We were founded in 1917, and in 1925 we picked up vision as our primary focus when Helen Keller challenged us to be Knights for the Blind. And then a few years later, she challenged us also to be Knights for the Hearing Impaired. So that's our major focus.
Being a service organization, the local Lions Group feels that free vision and hearing screening is a great way to serve the community.
So we began the process about 2 years ago when I first met with Mr. Bond at the school district, the Director of Student Services. Paul and I met and we did a pilot program at the preschools to see how it would work between us and the schools, whether they thought the vision screenings were a worthwhile effort to undertake.
They recently screened the elementary and middle schools. The high schools are next.
By the time we're finished, we estimate we will have screened about 6,500 students. Our Lions Club is bearing all of the cost for bringing in the mobile screening unit, because unfortunately it's not free, and we're providing all the manpower to do the screening. So we're hoping that this will be a big benefit to the district and to the kids.
The screenings are finding possible problems.
About 10% of the children that we've screened, we have identified vision questions. Our screenings don't give them a prescription for glasses or anything like that. The screening simply says, we have identified that you have some vision issues. This is where we think your vision issues are, and you need to see an optometrist or ophthalmologist and have a full vision screening.
If a family is financially strapped to get the treatment needed, the Papillion Area Lions Club can help.
We also have funds available in our foundation budget to assist families that have financial issues in paying for the vision screening or glasses, so we can help in those areas also if we need to. And the school nurses know how to approach that problem and how to work with us and get the financial aid if necessary.
The Metro Area Planning Agency has made its recommendations public after a year-long study of expanding transit service in Sarpy County. Some of the changes could be made quickly.
So if you look at the first 10 years of the plan, some of the early kind of low-hanging fruit would be taking some of the express routes that Metro Transit is currently operating and changing those to provide service to communities like Gretna. So there's an existing route that ends at what used to be a Baker's at 156th and Q, and Metro Transit's talked about the opportunity to actually extend that out to Gretna. And Gretna has a lot of support for figuring out where maybe a park and ride lot would be, so people from the community can park there, get on a Metro Transit bus, and come into the community. That's something that we pretty much know the cost of what that would cost, and it could be implemented through kind of the same contracting model that Metro Transit's been using with counties and communities in Sarpy County today.
There are other areas that could see quick changes as well.
Another project is looking at some of the existing park and ride lots that are in Sarpy County, so on 84th Street and in Bellevue for the express routes, and really trying to enhance them and making them have more transit amenities. Because I think through our public involvement, we learned that many people don't even know that those facilities exist or that there is any transit service in Sarpy County. So really shining a light on what is available and really trying to come up with making those places better for people, and making maybe having transit shelters are there for some of the cooler months as well.
The reality is that many of the early recommendations are more studies.
Which is unfortunate, but really we're trying to show that a lot of these things need to be considered, particularly in the funding and governance piece. But then each corridor that gets built out, even that kind of express route expansion, needs to be evaluated in terms of how many buses you need, whether you need to purchase new buses, all of those things that really kind of are the details, but need to be studied a little bit more.
Helgerson says it's important to have a good beginning.
You know, it's about finding the right place to start. And I think that, to your point, it's absolutely, we don't want to kind of get out ahead of basically the political will to do some of these things. And that's why we kind of laid out all the options, all the things that would need to be done to enable some of these. You hear about the Bus Rapid Transit project in Omaha, and that was something that the public had a lot of support for and were very interested in Sarpy County. It takes a lot of work to get there, and there's kind of an underlying system of transit that has to be in place to really make those kinds of things successful. But to your point, I think some of the strongest proponents that we've heard for thinking about it at the system level and really thinking about the way that transit can enable that quality of life piece that you're talking about, being able to take the bus when you want, having that choice, is really the business community. And they're seeing difficulty getting people to their employment centers in Sarpy County. And
getting people to work is a key element to transit expansion.
Because a lot of the people live in Omaha, even North Omaha, and don't actually have access to a vehicle in a lot of cases. And so providing that choice for people who live in a different place to get to Sarpy County for work or vice versa is a really important thing. And business leaders, we heard early on, were very interested in finding ways. And the Chamber currently has a partnership with PayPal to do that kind of movement already. One of the express routes that's identified early on in our kind of study as a recommendation is a similar kind of express route that does that on a routine basis and hits places like Oriental Trading Company and PayPal and some of that employment center kind of right around there in the La Vista area.
Finally, Helgerson says starting with governance and funding is a must.
Figure out what the political will is and where they want to start, where the community leaders think that the public wants us to take this. Find out what we need to do in terms of policy, both at the local and state level, to enable those things, and then really come up with something that's sustainable for the long term and charting out a path to get to where we want to be.
That's what's happening around Papillion. There are lots of ways to stay up to date with what's happening. You can find us on Facebook, follow the City of Papillion on Twitter, or even watch our YouTube channel. And of course, information about all of our departments and programs is available on our website, www.papillion.org. For more information, go to papillion.org or just call the Mayor's Hotline at 402-827-1111. Thanks for watching.